Hi everybody, Tina here with Living Life's Little Blessings, and I'm going to make some Christmas cards for you guys this week. Each day that you come back, there'll be a new video for Christmas cards, and this is just sort of, I just kind of dove into all of the stuff that I have laying around, and I just decided it's not going to be anything specific. It's just going to be Christmas cards that I'm making because I'm just sort of in that mood to be crafting and doing Christmas stuff. So let's get started. I have here, this is I think it's supposed to be cherry cobbler. I pulled it out of my cherry cobbler folder, but I think it might be more real red because this is a cherry cobbler piece and it doesn't quite match. So I'm gonna go with, this is a real red card, and I just have it folded into a standard size A2 size card, and then I've used my corner rounder, and I always use the 1/4 inch, and I have rounded my corners. So then I had this really pretty piece of paper, and today I went through all my Christmas paper and I purged a bunch of paper, and I like to do that every couple years. After the first of the year, I'm going to be doing that to all of my scrapbook paper and just purging what I don't want anymore. So I came across this piece of paper, and it is actually a cheaper piece of paper. I remember I got this at the dollar store probably 4 or 5 years ago. So it's kind of real flimsy, real thin, but I thought, you know, it's so super pretty. It looks like snow falling. So what I've done is I've just taken a piece of that and I've trimmed it down. So I took a 1/4 inch off each side. Now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you what I did. I took my sponge dauber, and then I took some Midnight Muse ink, and I got a question about this earlier in the month about inking the edges. And so I'm no expert, but I just want to tell you guys what I have found to really help. So first of all, I really believe that inking the edges, when you're using ink and using it to ink your edges and give depth to your project, I really believe that the answer is having one of these daubers. For a long time, I just used my ink pad right on the paper, and having a sponge of some type, it really does give you more control. So what I do is when you dip it in your ink at the very beginning, wherever you start is going to be dark. You're going to get dark, and as you keep going, it's going to get lighter and lighter because the ink is wearing off. So the best thing to do, I have found, is go ahead and just bring in the dark first and then go back and pull some of the light out. So it's fine, like it's going to be really dark right there. I just started, it'll get lighter and lighter, and then just pull in the light. So that's what I do. I just go ahead and let it be dark on the edges, and then I just come back in and pull some of the light, pull it out. That's what I try to do. I'm just pulling that ink out. Okay, so the other thing that I've done is I have some textured white cardstock. I don't know if you can tell. There you go. You can tell a little bit that it's textured. And what I've done is I've just torn some pieces. So I just went in and tore it. And then after I tore it, I inked around the edges with the blue again, and then I ran it through this embossing folder. This is one of my favorite embossing folders. It's a Cuttlebug folder. I have no idea what it's called, but it's just snowflakes. So one of the things that I have learned is you can't ink something with white ink. You know, you can't ink a piece of white paper with white. Wouldn't do any good. So one of the techniques that I just recently learned was to use, when you want to highlight a white color, to use a blue. And I think that really looks pretty when you do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my pieces out, and I'll probably trim them up, but I just want them to look, I just want it to look like snow type hills. So I'll probably do this piece underneath, and then this piece on top. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've layered that, and the second layer, trying to I've put on pop dots so it pops out. Anything that is supposed to not look perfect, like these tears, it's supposed to not look straight and perfect. I always have a hard time with that. I'm a perfectionist. So I found this when I was going through my stash of paper. This is the other reason I like to do this. I found this sheet of paper. It's a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I totally forgot I had it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out right here and all these snowman pieces, and I'm going to put the snowman together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, get ready to laugh at my snowman that I cut out. It is really not the most perfect snowman ever. So here's my pieces. I just cut them out. Whoops. My 3 little pieces. And we're going to glue these down. I'm going to use my ATG gun just because it's really thick because it's glittered paper. And I'm going to do it on this side. I'm going to tuck his little body under the little snow hill. And then the next piece, I'm going to sort of lay this out just so I can get a general idea real quick of where, because I want his hat to go at the very top. So just generally. And then let's put his head on. And his hat. And then I do have his little scarf. And for that, I'm just going to use some of this glue. This glue is very, very sticky. The one thing I don't like about working with it is if you get it on your fingers, it's a kind of a mess. So I'm going to stick it right under his nose, but right on the, oops, there we go. I kind of want to cover up that seam. Okay, and then I have, this is a brand new stamp set I just got. It's called So Much Fun, and I just love this stamp set. And I'm going to use Hope Your Christmas is So Much Fun. I'm going to go ahead and use Stays On ink. And we're going to stamp it right here. Cover that up. And then let's put this onto the front of our card. Now, this card looks really goofy. It's like not the most, you know, perfectly done card, but I like the way it turned out. It just was a fun thing to do. So I have some stickles. It's the frosted lace, and I'm just going to put some stickles right on these snowflakes. And to be honest, this is exactly how I envisioned all these pieces coming together when I saw the snow paper and then the snowman to cut out. I just thought that's exactly what I wanted to do. So anyways, there is my first little Christmas card. Super fun. I loved doing it. I like how it turned out. And when the stickles dries, I will stamp inside of it or write inside of it. So thank you guys for coming by, and I will talk to you tomorrow with another card. Okay guys, I had to share, after I made that last little snowman card, this was just the scraps that were laying on my desk, and so you're getting 2 cards today. I'm not going to show you how I put this together, but I will just give you a brief explanation of what I did. This was the other piece of red cardstock that was on the on my desk, and it flips up. So all I did was I corner rounded the ends with my 1/4 inch corner rounder. I cut this tag out, and then I added this black ribbon. I punched a hole right there and added black ribbon. Then I took this black piece and I just took a 1/4 inch, this black cardstock, I took a 1/4 inch off each end, and then I used my new punch that was laying here on my desk, and I punched out this side. I took some cherry cobbler scalloped dotted ribbon, and I just did a bow on here, and then I put my tag on top, and then I just took 2 buttons, a red button and a green button, and I put it right down here. So that's my just what I did with the scraps that were laying around before I cleaned everything up. So you guys got 2 cards today. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow for another card. Thanks, guys.